We have spent tens of millions of dollars you pursuing Joe
that is
Biden,
not
and you have not
true.
identified
That
a
is
single
lie.
crime.
You are
Really?
lying. That
Really?
is a lie. We have not spent $10 million.
Hey, how much have you spent?
We haven't spent hardly anything.
Oh, it's been for free. Okay. All right. Well, in any event, you know what? Then we get what we paid for it because you got nothing. Your impeachment investigation must identify a high crime and misdemeanor.
What did they do?
I'll tell you what Joe Biden did. He was a senator of the United States. Then he wrote a book, and he said he made the most money he ever made in his life, millions of dollars on his book, and he gave $1 million away to charity.
That's what his family did.
That's
why Ukraine, Kazakhstan, Romania, China, Russia, that's why they paid the Biden family money, because of Joe Biden.
None of those governments paid anyone any money.
Somebody needs therapy here, but it's nobody on our side of the aisle, okay?
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And in a fiery exchange on Capitol Hill, Representatives James Comer and Jamie Raskin found themselves locked in a cage match during a congressional hearing.
You had your chance. I would like my time restored.
Well, no, your time was expired.
No, you interrupted me. I want my time restored.
You had your time. You went above.
The tension escalated as they shouted over each other for more than 5 minutes, with the discussion centering on the House GOP's impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
I wonder if you can help us figure out where we've come as a committee, Professor Snyder. About a year ago, our GOP colleagues began heralding an FBI form, FD 1023, that recorded allegations that President Biden acted corruptly in Ukraine and tried to promote these as credible allegations. It turned out that these were lies, and the person who was promoting them has been indicted for lying to the FBI and constructing a false record. It turns out that he was up to his neck in connections to Russian foreign agents, and yet our colleagues at various points called this a smoking gun, said it showed proof that the Bidens took bribes and so on. And yet this was the genesis of our investigation. How do we understand?
That's just simply not true, but go ahead.
I'll yield to the chairman if you want to take some more time.
No.
Well, you can use your time.
Are you saying the bank statements are Russian disinformation, that the Bidens took $9,000 from China?
I agree you've been talking about bank statements for more than a year, but they don't show anything other than there was no crime.
And you all have an obsession with Russia and Trump. It's disturbing.
We can talk about China and Trump or Russia and Trump.
You need therapy, Mr. Raskin.
No. You need therapy. You're the one who's involved with the deranged politician, not me, okay?
The intense clash highlighted the deep-seated polarization and impassioned debates that continue to define the political landscape in Washington, D.C. However, it also underscores a reoccurring theme: baseless allegations from Comer that promised a smoking gun but consistently deliver nothing except hot air and shaking fists.
What do you think about Donald Trump taking more than $5 million from the Chinese government while he was president?
Well, we know that Donald Trump had a legitimate business that he talked about and he campaigned on.
The legitimate business was the White House.
What business?
He sold the White House.
Oh, give me a break.
What
business was the Biden? What business were the Bidens in? Well, what business did Joe Biden's family own? What business were they in? Did they have hotels? Did they have a social media company? Did they have golf courses? Did they have casinos? Did they have office buildings?
Mr. Chairman.
What business? Did they have an energy
Mr. Chairman.
Caught in the midst of the verbal melee, Representatives Jasmine Crockett, Democrat from Texas, took to social media to express her astonishment, stating, "I'm in tears as I'm sitting in oversight. Comer is losing his shit."
First of all,
Biden to receive the money?
Let me start with this. My last name is Raskin, okay? We've sat next to each other for more than a year. You don't have to add the S. Number two, I would like my time restored. And number three,
no, you
have not identified a single crime. No. Well, what is the crime that you want to impeach Joe Biden for and keep this nonsense going? Why? What is the crime? Tell America right now.
You're about to find out.
What is the crime?
You're about to find out very soon.
Chair now recognizes a propaganda experiment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Raskin, the ranking member of the committee, didn't hold back, torching the GOP's Biden impeachment attempt as a foreign disinformation campaign without a shred of evidence. And boy, did that ruffle Comer's feathers. You could practically see the steam coming out of his ears as he vehemently denied wasting money on the investigation, despite it dragging on for months. I mean, come on. This guy is as thin-skinned as they come. It's like he can't handle anyone questioning his baseless accusations without throwing a hissy fit. He's acting like a foul-tempered toddler who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, and now he's crying like a schoolgirl with a skinned knee. What a snowflake. So, let's call it like it is. James Comer is nothing more than a false accuser, flailing around like a fish out of water, hoping to land a blow, but only succeeding in making himself look like a total joke. The proceedings were marred by the antics of none other than Representative James Comer, who seemed more interested in stirring the pot than in addressing the pressing issues at hand. Instead of engaging with the substantive testimony provided by Professor Snyder, Comer derailed the discussion with his shenanigans and baseless accusations. It's a damn shame that in a time when the American people need their legislators to focus on real issues, we have carnival barkers like Comer wasting time and taxpayer money on political theatrics. The American people deserve better than this kind of sideshow. It's absolutely unacceptable for Comer to derail the important work of Congress with his childish behavior. In conclusion, the congressional hearing intended to address crucial matters of national security and democratic integrity was hijacked by the likes of James Comer. His behavior exemplifies everything wrong with the MAGA movement: dumb, arrogant, and consistently wrong about everything. Instead of engaging in meaningful dialogue and addressing the pressing issues facing our nation, Comer and Marge the Trainwreck Green lead the charge of ignorance and blind allegiance to the orange loser. Their antics serve as a stark reminder of the urgent need for accountability and integrity in our elected representatives. So kudos to Jamie Raskin for holding Comer's cloven feet to the fire, and that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.